Does asking the right questions run men off?
Yeah, I just wanna feel you. I want you around.
What's up, y'all? This is Brittney Giselle and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are doing a girls chat, so thank you to everyone that submitted questions here on YouTube on my community tab and also on my Instagram. Y'all, today we are gonna get into it, but before I forget, if you have been around for a while, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button and also leave some comments down below throughout the video. But if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into these little topics because some of them are a little spicy. So I have my phone here with my notes for a girl chat. And the first question, because this one came up a few times worded differently, but the very same style type of question. Dating in today's day or dating in today's era compared to how it was before. Y'all, I just want to go ahead and knock this one out because I can't really speak on it too much. Because y'all, I'm not dating because the dating game is trash. The people that I have dated, trash. The situationships I have been in, trash. Other people's situations that I hear about and all the stuff we see on a daily basis about relationships, the negative stuff, trash. I don't want to deal with it. I'm in a space in my life where I am content. I'm happily single. I am enjoying my life, living in my singleness, and I love it. At any other time that I have had those single moments, I've also felt the same way. Like I just feel more empowered. I feel more motivated and inspired to do things. Relationships, I don't know if relationships are for me or if I just haven't found the right person. So I can't, like I said, I can't speak on that. Like I haven't dated that much. Okay. Like I'm a relationship type of girl. If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. I don't talk to a bunch of people. I don't date a bunch of people. I know a lot of people are okay with like dating multiple people, talking to multiple people, and that's okay. If that's for you, that's fine. But for me, I know myself, and that's just not what I want. That's not what I look for or am interested in. But aside from the dating part itself, I'm just working on me. I know that dating and talking to people, whenever I'm in that space in my life, I put my all into it, and I tend to put myself on the back burner. So because I am going so hard for myself and for my goals and what I want for my future, I don't even want to entertain conversations. I don't want to do any of that because I don't want to get sidetracked and get into a space that I put my aspirations on the line and, push them to the side and be there fully all in for somebody else. Like I'm just not, like I'm being selfish with me right now. And if that has to deal with, if that means not dating for a couple months, years, then I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. I am perfectly happy with me. So that's where I'm gonna leave that topic at. So someone just said mood swings. I can only speak on myself about mood swings, and child, let me tell you, I be having mood swings. I think we all do. I know a lot of people connect their mood swings to their time of the month or when they're PMSing. I can't necessarily do that because there's so many different things that can cause mood swings, whether it is the time of the month or you're just not feeling well, like something else, internally is off. Relationships, friendships, family, money, so many different things that can play a role in you having mood swings. So I'm not the type of person to ever pinpoint and say, okay, this is what caused that, unless I know for sure. When it comes to mood swings, for me, I like to usually tend to keep to myself because I don't want to give off that negativity to other people. And I rather just be in my own space by myself. I don't have to worry about others. Like any little thing will bother me. And so I just like to be alone. Like once I realize that about myself, I'm like, all right, like I just stay away from everyone, everything, and just stay in my own bubble, because you flip-flopping with moods can, like, you know, that'll rub off on other people, and then they're gonna look at you sideways like, what's up with her? I try to stay away from that. So if, I don't know, whatever your takes are on mood swings, you can drop that down below, let me know. But for me, I don't know, I like to be by myself. I just mind my business, okay? I'm good at that. All right, so someone asked a question and it says, if money didn't matter, what would be your dream job? So for me, my dream job would absolutely be content creation. Like, I love creating content, and the more I've been doing it consistently, the more I realize, like, I love it. Yes, I have those moments where I kind of feel like I'm burnt out and I'm tired, but I absolutely love just being able, especially now, like in the era that we're in, as far as all these different social media apps and like editing apps and all these things, all these resources. I have fallen in love with it so much more, in a different way, in a different sense. Like, just like a light bulb has gone off in my head, and I'm just like, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do this, and that's so cool. Like, I'm obsessed with content creation. I love it. I'm here for it. There are so many different forms and avenues of it. And mostly for me, you guys know I enjoy sharing fashion and lifestyle, vlogging my everyday, just talking about different things. Especially, I'm open about anxiety and depression, but just finding different ways to share the things that we all already go through and experience. Like, it's just so cool to see the way that other people do it. Like, it's just very fascinating. So yeah, if money didn't matter, if, let's say, everything was taken care of and I can do whatever, whenever, I would still choose content creating. Like, that's just my thing. That's my passion. That's what I've always wanted to do. I remember when I went to school and they're like, all right, well, what do you want to go to school for college? What do you want to do with this degree? I don't know, as long as it's creative. That would be my answer. I went to like programs that help me find jobs. And they're like, well, what kind of job do you want to be in? I don't know, as long as I can be creative. That would always be my answer. And I think fast forward now, like, I have really found what that is for me. And I'm so excited about it. Like, I'm excited for my future. And yeah, hoping that one day, like, money won't matter and I can just do this, you know, freely, however, whenever I want, and just be happy that my finances are taken care of. All right, someone commented, staying fresh during the summer weather. Girl, first of all, as a big girl, I can only speak from a big girl perspective. I can't speak, you know, from any other perspective. From a big girl's perspective, I feel like I'm a moderate sweater. Like, I sweat, but I don't sweat as much as I've seen other people sweat. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it feels like a lot because I hate the feeling, but I've seen some people that like really, really sweat. So I'm like in the middle. So some of the things that I lean towards doing in the summer, because I absolutely hate the heat, is I try to like stick to clothing that is like a cooler feeling, because yeah, having on uncomfortable clothes in the heat, sweating is not it. Like, that's gonna stick to you, and I hate it. So yes, cooler clothing. And then powder is one of my best friends, girl. You powder up those areas that sweat a lot. For you will know which of your areas sweat a lot. So let's say if I know for sure I'm gonna be outside and I feel like I'm gonna sweat, I will definitely put powder in those specific areas. Like, for me, one of the areas is like my side boob. So those rows there, they get some powder tucked underneath, under my breast. I don't have a lot, but I tend to sweat a lot there. And then carry wipes. Wipes are also my best friend. I carry wipes in my purse with me all year long, so that if I go to the bathroom and I feel like, you know, I might need to freshen up, I have some, you know, feminine wipes with me. And also, I do have a mini powder that I keep in my purse if I ever need it. I don't use it as often as I thought I would, but I like to keep it in my purse, especially during the summer months, just in case. So I hope that helps. I don't know what other tips. I don't know. Those are like the only things I can think of at the moment. But if I think of any more, I will definitely put them on the screen. Another one of the questions was college dropout, question mark, question mark, question mark. So I guess that's, what are my thoughts on college dropout, or are you a college dropout? I don't know, but I'll answer both. So I am a college dropout, but I am also a college graduate. I went to college 2 times, dropped out before I went back the 3rd time and actually finished. I was determined to finish the 3rd time. I said, that's it, I'm doing it. This is it. Now, college dropout overall, what are my thoughts on it? If you're a college dropout, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I was a college dropout myself for some time in my life, but if college isn't for everybody, I've learned that. Like, me thinking of going back to college is not happening. It's not something that's written in my future for me. At least not that I know of. Nothing that I want to see written in my future. College was a lot. It's a lot to take in. Schooling, it's like you have to be very focused and determined, and you can put that focus and that determination in other ways. That you don't have to go to college if you don't want to. Like, there are other ways to go ahead and get further education if you wanted. There are other ways to self-educate. There's so much knowledge, so many resources out there that you can literally learn anything you will learn in college. Not anything, and I'm not gonna say anything, but a lot of things that you will learn in college, like, you can learn from the internet. You can learn from all, get certificates. Like, so the traditional college, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to go to college if you don't want to. You can do, technical school, I consider that a college, but if you just want to do technical school and stop there, that is totally fine. It's up to you, and it depends. Everyone, end all be all, is different as well. So let's say if you eventually want to be a doctor, like, you're gonna have to go to college for that. Like, there are certain things that you have to go to college for, and there are other things that you can, like, maneuver your way around. There are so many successful people out there, million and billion dollar, that their worth is millions and billions of dollars, and they didn't go to college. Like, they just have the smarts in spaces where they were able to make something of themselves. So I don't know exactly what that question was, but I hope that I answered it in a way that I hope that you understood the answer that I gave. Does asking the right questions run men off? Girl, I think it does. From personal experience, asking men the right questions, or those specific types of questions that they may not feel comfortable with answering at the beginning, like when you're trying to get to know them and they kind of just like they give you that, like, awkwardness, that means they're hiding something. That means that there's something there. Like, that's a definite red flag. Like, I'm sorry, it is. Like I said, I haven't dated for a while, but that's because that's one of the things. Like, when I want to get to know you, I want to get to know you. And if I'm asking you a question and you beat around the bush, I'm going to ask you the question again. Like, or I'm going to side eye you and, like, maybe wait a little bit, but I will eventually at some point ask that question again, maybe a different way, to see if I get a different answer or something. But no, I definitely, absolutely, 100% agree that asking the right questions to someone that's acting a little funny is gonna run them off. It's gonna give, I'm not ready for this. It's gonna give, yeah, I'm about to lie in your face, but I'm answering your questions. Like, it can give a lot of different things. I just threw some scenarios out there, but y'all, I don't want to say. That takes us to our next question is, do men want independent women? The same person asked this question. Do men want independent women? And to be completely honest, I think that yes and no. I think it's both. I think it's a double answer, because I have personally, I can only speak for myself again, been in situations where at the beginning I'm talking to someone, getting to know them, and they're like, oh, I love that you're independent. You got your own car, you got your own crib, da 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 da. You're doing everything on your own. You're not depending on everyone. You're so independent. I love it. And then later on, as you're living life, getting to know each other more, things are coming up in life. Then because you're independent and you handle your business, now you're bossy. Now you're controlling. Now you want to take care of everything. Now you're this and now you're that. But you liked all of these things about me before. It's just as we got to get to know each other, we became more comfortable with these things in our everyday lives. So now it's like, now it's the switcheroo. Now you don't want me to be so independent because it bothers you. It makes you feel not as masculine, I guess. It makes you feel out of control. I don't know. Knowing that I was a boss bitch, that I take care of my own, now in the future bothers you because of your own insecurities, because you don't have your shit together. I definitely think it can be a yes or no. So I feel like a man that makes it seem like it's okay, but then later on bothers them, it's a very insecure man. He's not being honest from the very beginning. And a man can be upfront and be like, listen, like, I do want a woman that does her own thing, but I also want to feel like I'm taking care of her. And that's okay. I just haven't come across that man yet. Okay, because I want to be independent. I want to do my own thing, but I also want you to step in so we can do this together. And now actually that took me to the 50-50. I am okay. I'm definitely like all for a 50-50 relationship. Like, you take care of this, I take care of that. That's perfectly fine. Like, let's do that. Because I'm also not going to sit here and expect someone else to take care of all of my living expenses. I've been doing it on my own since I was 18, and that's just what I'm used to. Like, I'm not going to expect that from anyone. Now, if you want to come in and contribute, if you want to treat me to nice things, I'm all for that as well. But best believe that I'm also the person that's going to give that back. I'm a giving person. I love, like, that's one of my love languages, like gift giving. I love, to give gifts and surprises, and that's just me. So a 50-50 works for me, for my mentality, for my personality as well. So let me know that in the comments so far. What are your thoughts on men, and do they want independent women or do they not? 50-50 relationships, and does asking men the right questions run them off? Let me know so far your thoughts while I figure out what question I'm on now. All right, we have 2 left. So this was a bit of a broad one. It was just a word. It just said traveling. So I'll give my thoughts on traveling. I think traveling is an amazing thing. I honestly haven't had the opportunity to travel as much as I wish I could, but that's okay. It'll come one day. But honestly, something that holds me back is my fear of planes, my fear of the sea. Yeah, I'm scared, but I do want to travel. Like I always said, I would love to see the world. I want to visit different countries, and just witness different cultures, meet new people. I'm all for traveling. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. If you have the opportunity to do it, go for it. I'm all for it and cannot wait to get to that place in my life where I can just pick up and go and travel wherever I want. I have pretty much just been in the United States within the East Coast, but I do want to travel a lot more. One day. So let me know, what places have you traveled so far, or what places are you looking to travel or would like to travel to? So drop that down in the comments below. All right, and the last one that we're going to get into is how social media has changed family, relationships, and friendship dynamics. And that is a great one. I really love that topic. So I would say that there are negatives and positives to this topic. There's, we can look at it from both perspectives. So let's look at it from the negative real quick. Whether it's relationships or friendships, just the whole clout thing, chasing clout, or they think they're popular or popping, or they're a social media star or Instagram baddie. Like, people can try to downplay people for sharing their lives on social media, which I think is not right, because if that's what they want to do, then let them do it. If you're not into social media, that's okay, but if they are, then just let them live their lives. Now, there are times that people, clout when they really, are chasing this persona of them who isn't really them in person, which I can understand that. But at the end of the day, I'm just still gonna mind my business. Whatever. You do you, I'm gonna do me. That's okay. You do what you want to do. And then also relationships, it can get in the way of relationships because of, just talking to people, or so-and-so liked your pic. Why are they liking your pic? Or somebody in the relationship, looking at other people's pages or pictures, which to me, I find that as a version of lust. Everyone looks at it differently, but that's from my own perspective. If we're in a relationship, you shouldn't be over on so-and-so's page looking and liking all their pics of them, poking their booties out and doing all. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, why? Like, no, I don't think that's okay. And then family, it can just be a lot of drama, a lot of just talking shit on there. But that was the negative. I don't want to put all of my energy into the negative. So let's talk about the positive real quick. I think that social media has changed dynamics in these situations in a positive way, because we can truly connect with people that we don't either see on a daily basis or speak to on a daily basis. We can connect and make friends with somebody that's across the world, people that we otherwise would have never met. But when it comes to family and friends, people that live far from you, even if it's just a few states, we can keep up with each other on a daily basis. We may not talk all the time, doesn't mean that there's any bad blood between us, but it's just one of those things that, okay, I'm still keeping up with you. I still know what you're doing. I can congratulate you on different things. And then as far as relationships, I think it's a great thing because from my perspective on seeing relationships in a positive way on social media, I think like, okay, they're doing good, they're like amazing, I love to see them. That's inspiration. That gives me the mindset that I can find that type of love out there, even though there are these pages and people that are like, oh, well, you know, they're just doing that for the camera, da 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 da, whatever. But I know what I want. I know that I aspire to have something similar to that. I know that things are going to happen. They're not going to show their 24/7 lives on the camera all the time. But in their good moments that I can see that seem genuine and feel genuine, I want that. You know what I mean? Like, I look at them for inspiration and motivation to be like, that's something that I aspire to have. So there, I mean, we can go off all day about these things, talk about the negatives, the positives. There's a lot. So I want to keep it short and minimal. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So we have reached the end of this girl chat. This was my first one, so I didn't want to make it too long, but I did want to bring in some juicy topics, some good questions. I hope that you all enjoy this. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and leave some comments. While you're in the comments, let me know your thoughts on some of these topics and some of these questions. Also, you can feel free to drop down some questions from another girl chat because I will definitely be making another one of these. And while you're there in the comments, go on my page, check out some of my most recent videos, share my channel or my videos with anyone that you know might be interested. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.